Good morning, everybody. I wanted to come on because I was watching the news this morning, and while I'm eating breakfast, I tend to flip through different news channels because I like to see what all the different news channels are out there reporting because it lets me know what questions we are going to get that day from our clients and our agents. And I noticed today that the news anchors were saying one thing regarding PPI, the producer price index, but what was across the bottom of the screen was actually correct, but what they were saying was incorrect. So I wanted to make sure we come on and we explain to you what CPI is, the consumer price index, and what PPI is, the producer price index. So we're going to go ahead and share the screen. I'm going to show you the charts and I'm going to explain to you what the differences are on these. So here we go. So first off, consumer price index is something we've been talking about a lot this year. And what it is it measures inflation on the consumer side. So last Thursday, we got January's consumer price index, the CPI. So even though it was February, we're always a month behind getting these numbers. So in February, we got January's numbers. It was 7.5% year over year. So that means the same goods that you were buying a year ago now cost you 7.5% more. Now, if you stripped out food and energy, you get what's called the core rate. And that is the red line that you see below the blue line on the screen. And that was a little bit less. I think it was a little bit above 6% last week. So it is a little bit less, but it's what you pay as the consumer. So CPI, Consumer Price Index, measures inflation on the consumer side. Now, usually a week later, you get what's called PPI, and that's Producer Price Index, and that measures inflation on the producer side, the manufacturer side. So what does it cost the manufacturers to produce the goods that you are buying? And yes, it did come out yesterday. It was up 1%. But when you're replacing year over year numbers, depending where it was a year ago, it could make your inflation go up or down. So you can see inflation from a year ago was 1.6% last January, and now you're 9.6%. So those same goods cost you, almost 10% more now to buy than they did a year ago on the producer side. So it's costing them 10% more to make those goods that you are buying at a cost of 7.5% more. So the news this morning was telling you if you did not get a 10% raise this year, you are actually not making out. You're actually lost money. And that's not true because it was the producers, the manufacturers' inflation that is up 10%, not the consumers. So really what they should have been saying is if you didn't get a raise of 7.5% this year, you're actually in the negative. Now, yes, that's technically true for this month, but you should be seeing inflation come down if you've been watching my market updates as the Fed raises the Fed funds rate, which they should be doing as early as March. They should have started this last year, as we keep saying, but they are late to the ball game here. Once they start raising the Fed funds rate, you should see inflation come back down, and you're not going to see these prices as high as they had been. Are they going to go back to where they were before inflation started? Probably not. We all know how things work. But I just want to make sure you understand that the manufacturers' prices have gone up 10%, but the consumers' prices have gone up 7.5%. So that is the difference between CPI, Consumer Price Index, and PPI, Producer Price Index. So make sure when you're watching the news and you're hearing these numbers, you know what you're understanding, because sometimes the news anchors are not explaining it correctly, or maybe they don't even know exactly what they're talking about. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Rebecca Foote Mortgage team. We are here to help you any way that we can. Our number and our website is on the screen. And that's what we're here. We try to be experts at this stuff so you don't have to be. We follow this stuff daily so you don't have to be. So, if you need to get your refinance done, if you need to do a cash out refinance to pay off some of those debts, give us a call. If you haven't gotten pre-approved to buy a new house, it is still a great time to buy. Inflation is up, yes, but so is appreciation in homes. And that is not going to stop. So you don't want to wait to buy your house. So give us a call and let us help you get pre-approved. Have a great day, everybody.